Good morning. Well, I made it up to the farm. It's Christmas Eve 2018 and today is a beautiful day. This place is still wet, but it's going to rain next weekend again. Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. So I just can't catch a break. I think this is going on 7 weeks in a row. So Christmas Eve, nothing's going on right now. I decided to come up here and work on this spotlight, which is right there on the bench there. So I got my Christmas music playing and I got all my tools out, and it's like 9:30 in the morning, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get this thing wired up right. So with that being said, let's get to work. Okay, so I think I got it wired right. It's just that I can't figure out how to test it unless it's night. But there's a dawn to dusk switch on this motion sensor, so maybe. So here's where we are. I've got the wire coming up to the electrical outlet and then going up to the motion sensor. Motion sensor's wired, lights on. If I set it to test, it will cut off after 5 seconds, and then I move and it cuts back on, etc. So it is working. But before I sync this thing, I want to make sure it's working, else I'm working on a ladder. So anyhow, conduit running down the pole, plug, and then sync it. But I've got it all rigged right now just to get power to it. So let's see. I'm going to put this thing on 5 minutes and see if it cuts back off by itself. I'll bring it to you. Okay, so I got the lightning. I got the wire measured out, got it cut, and actually I'm getting ready to paint. But damn if I can find a stir stick to stir the paint. I know I've seen one around here. Just don't know where. Just don't know where. And I guarantee there's probably a dozen of them in here. So I put the post on the truck, ran it down to the thing, measured the wire out, cut it, brought the post back. Everything's assembled. Made the little tin cover to cover up the motion sensor to keep it out of the weather. And this is what it looks like. So I put the wire, got it all cut, that's the length. Comes up. Got a weatherproof plugs just in case we need them. Goes up to the motion sensor. Here's my little tin cover that I cut and mounted. Keep the rain off of it, and of course goes on up with a weatherproof tip right here to keep the rain from getting in the pipe to the spotlight. So I've got my old trusty brown paint that I paint everything out here with, and I'm going to paint this sucker up. Yep, I think I got it all done. That's what it's going to look like. I think it'll work just perfect. So all I got to do now is go out there and dig the holes, sink them, connect the wires, and bury them. And I will have my spotlight plugged in over there at the pump house and functioning. I think there was one thing I forgot to mention though. I bought this plug, and all you do is you plug it in, and then plug in what you want to plug into it. And then there's a remote, which is magnetic right here, and it has its own holder. This is magnetic as well, and all you do is cut it on, cut it off. So this can be a light switch for the spotlight as well, to cut it off completely. I like this. Or I can actually, the whole purpose is, since it's on a motion sensor, is to cut it on, off, on again, and it'll make the motion light stay, or the sensor stay on, so the light will stay on until I'm ready to go back to motion. So it's 2 o'clock and I got everything painted up. All I gotta do is put all my stuff away and straighten up just a little bit, and I can go pick up Parker and head on back to the house. Alyssa's, alright, so again, Christmas Eve, Alyssa's coming over tonight, spend the night. But I haven't heard from her today, so I hope everything's alright. Anyhow, we'll get to spend a Christmas day together. Of course, I miss Adair, I miss Alex. And I know they're in town, I think. I had to work yesterday, which was a bummer. Or no. I had to work Saturday, that's what it was. So I'm not really sure what's going on with those guys. I'll text them when I get home and get settled in. So anyhow, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to go get Parker and head into the house. Well, we'll call it a day. Watch the sun go from here to over there. Now, let's go get Parker.
Using Duncan's new state-of-the-art
I'm actually tickled because that light's ready to go in the ground. I don't know if you can see all that. Dad cut both sides of the ditch all the way to the property line. It looks good. I don't see that ryegrass coming up though, but remember we had that rain. God, it poured down rain. Probably washed all the grass seed away. And we got to put up new post-it signs because I've seen 2 in the woods now, so they're just blowing around. And this road is terrible. So hopefully they'll, once it dries up, they'll scrape it, but they won't scrape it until the rain subsides. I left those jars in here in the back seat. Okay, there's something reflective up here. Looks like a mirror. That's how bright it was the whole way down the road. And it's a Coke bottle. From a quarter mile down the road, that light is hitting that bottle right down there perfectly. It was like a spotlight shining. Wow. I kind of panicked there for a second. I thought it was a mirror from a four-wheeler. In other words, Parker. In other words, Parker came up to visit while I was up there working on the spotlight. God, see how parents think. Ugh. Man. Okay, I'm over it. And these folks up here are actually cleaning up this corner really nice, putting up a nice 6x6 fence post. and gonna put a fence around the property. So this is gonna look pretty nice. That's a big expense though. But soon it looks like it was done. They came, drilled holes all the way to right there. Then they manicured the property line all the way around the buffer. Right here. Starts the national forest. This is down here. Well, that'll conclude it. I'm going to get Parker right now, and I'll be there in like 5 minutes. So that was a short, quick weekend. Christmas Eve 2018. Mio sposa e ci amo. Feliz Natal. Oh my God, I miss you. 30 dias, amo, 30 dias. Okay, e ci amo. And everybody else, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.